No, uh-oh. Red flags. What it do, ski? It's your boy Farewell34, and today I'm here with my reaction video to Stargate SG-1. This one is season 2, episode 11. How's it going, everybody? So first and foremost, as you can see, we are in the new studio. This is one of the first recordings, so I'm excited to get into it with y'all. I'll have a new kind of update video with a 100K video that's gonna go up very shortly, but I want to get back into the videos and start getting into the grind and the new space. Last episode, I thought it was okay. You know, I thought Teal'c had some funny lines, like the hydro, warfare, whatever it was. This one I'm excited for. It's called Tok'ra, and it's a two-parter. I got told that in advance, so I'm just being straight up with you guys about that. We met the Tok'ra in the, I think it was season 2, episode 2 with Sam, once, Joel and R got introduced, and, after the whole events after that, and they're supposed to be, from what we learned, where they were the good, the good faction of the Gould. So I was really excited once they got introduced and they started changing the I guess the landscape with the introduction of the system lords. It's gonna be very cool to see how we decide to pivot and expand on that, because it definitely felt like a large information dump in the beginning of the season. So this is probably gonna be an episode we're gonna be explaining more of that. That being said, guys, let's hop right into this one. So as always, if you enjoyed this one, then definitely be sure to smack that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, guys, in case you're interested in joining along this journey with me through SG-1, then definitely check out patreon.com/Farewell34 in the description down below. And if y'all are interested in hopping in the conversations, definitely check out the Discord link in the description as well. But with that being said, let's hop into this one, guys. Yeet. Yeah? Just a recap.
He claims to be part of the Tok'ra.
Resistance.
The Tok'ra is a small alliance of Goa'uld who oppose the system lords.
Never trust a Goa'uld.
Yep, that's Jack's forte. He said, the Goulds, I don't like them.
Jacob Carter.
Oh,
Carter.
As in my father, sir, yes.
I didn't think these two episodes connected.
Right.
Oh, I was gonna do the swoop, but we're going right into it.
Quickly, Jalanar.
Oh, shit, okay. This is Jalanar's journey. Okay, this POV is pretty sick.
Jalanar, hurry!
I think I might have found something.
So we're getting some more intel. I like it. I like it. But no, that's interesting. I appreciate how they showed us a little bit of a recap, because once things get a little bit more, I guess, dense with the storylines and things start to overlap, you might forget a couple of things. So I really appreciate how they did that. But the fact that they showed her father maybe might be something more with his involvement, or maybe just because it's Sam. Let go.
You don't think it was just a dream?
Oh, me and Jack are one. We were both drinking water together.
Yes, sir. I don't know.
It is possible that portions of Jalanar of Malk shall remain in Captain Carter's mind.
I know it's hard to understand. I don't really understand it myself, but I am sure.
The Tok'ra are the Goa'uld resistance. Their stated goal is the destruction of the system lords and a change in the ways of the Empire. They are hunted and despised.
My kind of guys.
General Hammond, if I may, shouldn't we at least check it out before they move on?
I'm prepared to send SG-1 through to the coordinates Captain Carter saw in her vision, if you agree.
Let's check it out.
Yep. I like how we're following Sam's directions more as the season goes on.
Dad, hi, it's me, Sam. What do you mean, why am I calling, Dad? You just told me you have cancer, you can't...
Ugh.
It's not important where I'm going, Dad. What's important is that I may be gone a while, and I just wanted to call and see how you're doing.
Check it on your
Your
team.
father?
Did you know he actually got an apartment here in town?
He wanted to be closer to his daughter
During his last days. This is the first time I've left on a mission where I felt like I might be leaving something behind.
I'll put a temporary replacement on SG-1. You can stay here.
I wish you could,
She's
sir,
integral.
but
She
I don't
has to.
think I'm replaceable on this one.
Exactly. Oh, if her pops dies while she's on a mission.
Your
Oh.
father...
Sir, it's okay. He doesn't want me around anyway.
Sam,
I should get going, sir. I don't want to hold things up.
you're more like your father than you'd like to admit.
Okay, getting the feels of it. What do we got?
Dunes it is.
Alright, let's hit it up.
The Tok'ra are known for their ability to mask their trails. They are, as you say, stealthy in their
actions.
Oh, hella stealthy.
We mean you no harm, but I warn you, if you make any aggressive moves, we will fire upon you.
In battle against Apophis.
And all other Gould.
Do not call us that.
We are not Gould.
Yo, start spitting your other name. Sam, come on. Say you and Joel are homies. Say you're one. You did the fusion ha, you know? Come on.
Hammond.
Oh, is that a sub? I never noticed that.
Jacob, you okay?
This episode? That's gonna mess Sam up.
I do not know this woman.
But I'm right, aren't I? That's your name, Martouf.
How do you know me?
Confirmation.
I don't. He died
Me.
saving my life.
That's why we're here, to seek out the Tok'ra.
If you are indeed the Tok'ra of Jaffa legend,
Make an
we should
alliance.
form an alliance.
Yes, let's go.
I learned a lot.
Let's put the guns down and break bread.
Just listen to what they have to say.
Bet.
Take me to your leader.
I will take you to whom you seek. You must leave your weapons with us.
No.
O'Neill, if they are the Tok'ra,
We're in good hands.
we are in no danger.
Yeah.
That we're doing this in the spirit of future relations. I expect us to be treated
In good
as
faith.
such.
Yeah. Good call. Okay, this is good progress. Oh, it would be so awful though if Jack hits, there's obviously the comment thread that Jack is very apprehensive trusting the Goulds.
Please.
So I hope
Why?
he doesn't jump the gun here.
It's just like the place in my dream. But that was on the planet that they were fleeing.
What's the story with this Martouf?
It's like I have some weird bond with him.
Maybe they were partners? Or siblings? Or rivals?
George, I was under the impression that the cancer hadn't gone this far.
So was I. One squadron of those little buggers got themselves reassigned to my liver.
Let me make a call. Get Captain Carter
There's
recalled.
no need.
Jacob, she should be here.
Why? Now I'm gonna let her sit here and watch me lose a war?
How about doing us all a favor, Jake?
Stop being a hard ass.
Cut the brave soldier routine.
Yeah.
It's your daughter we're talking about here.
Yes, Hammond.
She should have a chance to be here to see you through this.
I got a feeling she's on a pretty important mission right now.
You're not trying to
Well,
pry
yes,
information
but
right now.
there are
No.
others.
Do me a favor and honor my wishes. There is one thing you could do for me, George.
Anything.
Tell me what my little girl's doing.
Except that.
Who am I gonna tell? God?
Ooh, this is tricky.
I'm sorry, Jake.
This guy's really leveraging his condition. First of all, that's the impression that I got when I first saw him. I thought maybe he was manipulating her, but clearly he's not, and the cancer is accelerating. But he's dealing with this tough soldier act. He's chalked up maybe to maybe toxic masculinity as well, and he's just trying to get information out of him. But that would be insane if he's using that to sort of sell it to some other intelligence or whoever. I doubt that's the case. But the fact that he's leveraging his current situation with his health, his illness, to get the information that's classified, it's kind of scummy, fam. You don't want your daughter there when you're dying? Come on.
Let me introduce Grand Council Garshaw of Bloat.
You are Garshaw Belot.
I am.
I've heard legends about you. Oh, he shook?
The most hunted Goa'uld of all time.
All time?
No, you do not refer to us as Goa'uld. I assume you are from the First World, the Tory. Is that correct?
Oh, this is very big.
Then, in a sense, you are Tok'ra.
Tok'ra against Ra. Thank you for sharing that. We still don't know what to call her.
Tok'ra.
We too are Tok'ra.
Did you say that Jalenar's host was killed?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
So he's gonna have a beef with her.
What's Jalenar?
He's in VTAC. Let's go. Let's shock him at.
Oh no!
Okay, clear.
Normal sinus, okay.
How long does he have?
Can't say with a cancer like this. Could be 5 days or 5 minutes. Sorry.
You can see Hammond deliberating in his head.
How do we know that you did not kill Jalenar yourself? And why should we trust you?
You know something?
Oh no, Jack's
I
fed
ask
up.
myself the same damn question. Why should we trust you? You are, after all, Goulds.
Jack?
Why do you talk like that? And what's with the glowing eyes, huh? Might it have something to do with a little reptilian activity in your heads?
Goa'uld take hosts. Tok'ra do not. Ours wish to be so.
We have a truly symbiotic relationship.
Why would any human volunteer to be a host for a Goa'uld?
Oh, if they're dying?
Perhaps
I can help you. I am Yosef. I'm Garshaw's host.
Why would any human volunteer for that?
Well, with the blending, I gain all of Garshaw's knowledge, her wisdom, and my lifespan is twice what it would be without the blending.
So this symbiotic relationship is what makes the Tok'ra different from the Gould.
Yes.
It is also this that has thwarted the Tok'ra's efforts against the Goa'uld.
Very interesting.
Allow me to introduce Selmak.
That's because you don't use the sarcophagus, right?
We believe to do so would drain the good from our hearts.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, connecting.
Since you won't take new hosts by force, most of the time the Goa'uld dies with the host.
And this is what is about to happen to Selmak.
Unless one of you wishes to volunteer to serve as a host.
I'm sorry, I've already been through that.
Be assured that we have never forced a human to become a host. It goes against all that we believe in.
I'm curious. If you're not interested in becoming a host, then why did you seek us out?
To form an alliance.
Thought of an alliance disgusts you.
Wait a minute, you think by form an alliance, we mean we want to be hosts?
We could share information.
We could engage in battle side by side.
Yeah, this is her pitch.
I do not believe you could be of any service to us. You are neither strong enough nor advanced enough.
We're not?
This is getting sticky.
It was these who destroyed 2 Goa'uld motherships.
That was you? We had operatives who died on board those vessels.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
We were only defending our planet.
At least now we know how and why our operatives died, and for that, we are truly grateful.
So maybe we can be of service.
Perhaps you're correct.
Excuse me.
This is escalating for sure.
Are we prisoners here?
We cannot allow you to roam this facility freely. I'm sorry.
Is Teal gonna think, like, what's the penalty for killing their people?
Would you like to take a walk on the surface?
And now we're splitting each other up?
I'm only inviting Captain Carter.
No,
To discuss this.
Red flags, Jack knows.
I hope you understand.
Nope.
Actually, no, I don't.
Yep.
I think I should go with him. I think I need to go with him.
Okay, son. But I want you to have her back by 11 o'clock. You understand?
I've been really enjoying the way they've been writing Jack recently. Very snappy. More so than usual.
He was a she.
What? You're kidding.
The symbiote does not have a gender.
However, Jolinar has always been in female hosts. Tell me about Jolinar's last days.
Well, it's kind of weird. It's like I'm left with these intuitions, feelings. She sacrificed herself to save me. It speaks a ton about her character as far as I'm concerned.
I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Hello?
I'm sorry. Martuf is having a more difficult time handling this than I am.
So you're his symbiote, Lantash, right? I seem to know pretty much everything about you. Is there something different about your relationship to Jolinar?
Jolinar and I were together for nearly 100 of your years. She was my mate.
Partners confirmed!
Wait, how does that work? She was whose mate? Martuf or Lantash?
Both.
Now let me attempt an explanation.
When one of you is in love, you both feel it.
Yes. We love as one, and we mourn as one.
I'm sorry.
She had eyes like the oceans of Marloon. Hair was the color of sand of Abydos, and her smile was as infectious as laughter. Rosha looked very much like you, Captain Carter. You are very beautiful.
Do I sense a ship forming?
You'd make a lovely new host for Selmak.
No, he's trying to sell her. No, pyramid scheme looking ass. He's trying to sell her on her.
The last thing I need is another person, symbiote, whatever.
It was an inappropriate suggestion.
And then there's this leftover part of Jolinar that feels things like some pretty deep feelings for you.
You can feel how she felt for me?
Yes. It is confusing the hell out of me.
Oh, poor, she's really going through it.
Because it's not just in my mind like a memory. I feel it.
Yeah, physically, mentally.
Like I've had this relationship with you for 100 years. I don't know if I can describe it with words.
Maybe there's another way you can communicate it. Perhaps in a way other than words.
Sam, learning a lot about Jolinar?
Yeah.
But now the question is, if things start hitting the fan, what is Sam's move?
When we arrive at the new base, we plant certain crystals, and they grow into all that you see.
Digging the soundtrack too, really dipping into that the tension throughout the episode. What is he gonna find? I mean, they probably are snatching some people. Beat him on? What?
May I help you?
No, thanks. I was just looking around.
This is not the way to the new council chambers, but I would be happy to answer any questions you might have. These are my private quarters. There's no need for doors or partitions. Can I show you back to your group?
I can find my way back.
See for yourselves.
Survey says. That is also pretty broken.
So this is some sort of accelerated crystal growth.
That is correct. Allow me to introduce the Grand Council of the Tok'ra.
Hi, folks. Nice to meet you.
We're very grateful. We're representatives of a planet called Earth.
The council has reviewed your proposal of an alliance between our peoples.
Oh, God.
And?
We are the most hunted, most hated enemies of the System Lords.
Hey,
Yep.
we haven't made too many friends along the way either.
We would like to know what you have to offer us that is of sufficient value to justify our exposure.
Troops. They have the numbers.
Well,
that's what you lack.
I'm sure we have something you could use.
Please, give us an example.
Well, I mean, after all, we have the same goals in mind.
Perhaps there's some technology that could be of use.
They're gonna want
We are
numbers.
infiltrators.
They're gonna want people.
We work from within the Goa'uld.
Bring them in. What are you people planning?
Huh?
The chopper I just activated.
Why? It's another squad here.
SG-3.
Oh, for Sam?
General Hammond sent us to extract Captain Carter.
Why?
Ooh.
I'm afraid it's your father, Captain. He's in the hospital in serious condition.
The timing is so awful.
You have to let her go home.
I'm sorry, I cannot do that.
Oh,
Why not?
shit.
With your knowledge of this planet, you've become a security risk. We cannot allow you to leave until we have moved somewhere else that you do not know about.
She contains the memory of John.
That's also fair.
It is our wish that your lack of return will convince them that we are Goa'uld and not Tok'ra.
You want them to think that we're dead.
Well, that kind of sucks.
And I rate Hammond, like, that was the right play, but there's no way he could have known that this would have happened, right? Yeah. Alright guys, so we're gonna go for the surprise double bubble for this one because it's a two-parter and really interesting things going on here. So this is just an extra upload for the week. So yeah, anyway, let's get into it, guys. Yeet. Okay.
And now, the conclusion.
I love the Teal voiceovers. Very epic.
You wish to see me?
I can feel his cheeks folding.
Could you at least tell us why you've turned down our request for an alliance?
So we are prisoners.
She'll probably give her father, maybe?
You're looking like Goa'uld to me. We're already a priority target.
They previously dispatched 2 mother ships to destroy us.
Yes.
There's another reason, isn't there?
And it is obvious that you have distaste for our very being.
No, it is simply a
that's
lack
on
of
Jack,
understanding.
Then be a host to Selmac.
Well, I wish I could say I was okay with that, but
The very thought sickens you. There is nothing more to be said.
It's a hard selling point. It's a firm no unless they do the host. They want the blending, you know? But I mean, look, if they're gonna go, if the easy answer is to have her father become one and be sort of like the mediator, because then he'll see what Sam's doing, be proud of her, and be involved in the series longer, not die, and they can work together, the Tok'ra and SG, right? That's what I'm guessing. It seems like more as the episode goes through. We'll see though. I'm gonna just say it off the top though. Amanda is killing it this episode. Same with Dawn.
Did anyone tell you how far along my father is?
No, I was only told to get you back as soon as possible.
He doesn't even know why I'm not there for him. He thinks I'm off somewhere working on some damn satellite dish or something.
The good news is, there's 8 of us now. More manpower.
It would be impossible. There is only one way out. Via the rings. We would then have to elude hundreds of Tok'ra.
I'm not too thrilled about hurting anyone either. But keep in mind, these people want to make you a host.
If I wasn't fighting her and I knew what it meant for Jolinar to be a Tok'ra, it might have been, I don't know, enlightening. I need to see Garsha. What is the one thing that they need the most?
hosts, which we can't give them.
My papa.
You said that the symbiote can cure most problems in a human.
Oh boy.
Yes. Does that include cancer?
It's a disease in humans where the cells grow out of
So we're really going for it, huh?
It's a common ailment amongst your
Common?
species.
Oh,
We
GG.
cure it all the time, it's no problem.
Might have a host for you.
You have a host for Selmac?
Yes, my father.
I will let two of you go. but the rest will remain to ensure that you will return.
See, that's not what put me in the writer's room moment because I wasn't decisive in calling that earlier on. And they gave enough evidence towards it by like the middle to the end of the first episode.
I am truly sorry about your father, but I have to question the wisdom of what you're suggesting here. It'll be more like giving his body to a ghoul. This would be like handing over that information to the ghoul.
To the Tok'ra.
You sure there's a difference?
I won't even pretend to understand what the difference is, but there is one.
You know, it isn't just a trick. We've seen the ghouls speak as humans before.
That's also fair.
If they were holding you prisoner, Colonel. Still are holding SG-3 and the rest of your team.
There's a difference, though.
Yeah, I didn't buy that one myself, sir.
He would have the opportunity to serve as the liaison between ourselves and possibly the most important ally we will ever have.
Yep, that's exactly it. Having a liaison, they'll both have compromising information on each other. They both have the same goals in mind. I mean...
To break from Apophis and then turn to fight him shows great conviction of character.
That's a really amazing moment.
We just received word from all system lords have been told where we are.
Oh!
They've dispatched 2 motherships.
Start the evacuation.
Well, that's like finale level material here. The motherships are coming in?
I told you not to recall her.
Oh,
Happy
God.
to see you too, Dad. Well, believe it or not, we need your help, Dad.
Pentagon wants me to deliver a message to God when I get up there.
Dad, have you ever heard of the Stargate program?
Is that one of your satellites?
I don't work with satellites, Dad. That was just a cover.
No kidding. I never would have guessed. What do you do that's so great? You don't want me to get you into the astronaut program.
I travel to other planets, much farther away than any astronaut goes.
So you're not going to tell me the truth here?
Oh.
She is telling you the truth, Jacob.
Just wait, buddy.
What, like in simulations?
No, in reality.
He gave him the face of confirmation.
A piece of alien technology.
She's dead ass.
Holy Hannah.
We'd like you to travel to one of these planets with us.
Why? So I can die there? They have a cure there.
Well, now we have this. The mothership's coming. This doesn't make it as easy as I thought it was gonna be. How's he gonna react to it? He gets to live, but he has his body compromised. It's blending. But he is a military man, and he'll be serving as a liaison for this incredible program, right? So.
You do that a lot?
Yeah, once or twice a week. So it seems to go mostly to places where the environment supports human life.
Yeah, it's a lot to take it at once.
Teal, this is my father.
It is an honor. The system lords are ready to attack. The Goa'uld motherships are on the way.
That calls for a crying out loud moment, if I say so.
Have returned.
Yes. This is my father, Jacob Carter.
Honored.
He's a Tok'ra, Dad. I told you about them.
So these are the aliens you were telling me about?
The outside is human, and the inside is shared between a human and a symbiote.
And that's what you want me to become?
How does it react?
You gotta be kidding me.
Talking about a spy here or what?
That's what they said last episode. We got a spy amongst the ranks.
Little teleball things? How small do they make those?
I've seen them small enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
So it was him.
I'm not sure I can do this, Sam.
Before deciding, might I suggest that you take a moment to get to know the symbiote that wishes to blend with you.
If you agree to the blending, we could be together for a very long time.
You don't look so good.
You are no vision of beauty yourself, sir.
That's the host talking now.
I am Sarush. I will die. Selmak will live on. You will take my place as host. She is selfless and caring. She's good company. She has a wonderful sense of humor.
And we have movie nights on Thursdays.
Sit around.
And you will feel the mourning for my loss.
Will you excuse me, ma'am? I didn't want my future, I guess you could call her soulmate, to see me like this.
Dad, you don't have to do this.
Yes, I do. My only other choice is death. Don't worry. It's not just hearing all that stuff that made me lose my stomach. It's the chemo.
This is a lot of weird information for anyone to take in at once. Trust me, I know.
I think you might have a spy in your ranks.
Nonsense. The Tok'ra are loyal for life.
Well, we did have a spy in our ranks.
Jolinar Melchior, through Captain Carter.
Well, I don't want to point fingers, but I keep my eye on Kordesh.
He speaks of the long-range visual communications device.
Well, your buddy Kordesh has one.
Jack can't clutch.
We'll stay here.
I'm not what I appear to be. Cordesh is no longer. I couldn't stop him. I don't deserve to remain among
He's
the
off
Tok'ra.
himself. Oh, Jesus.
First, Salmak would like to interview you.
I don't think we got the time for that, guys.
Do you not think I have the right to decide if I even like you?
What's not to like? Just ask my daughter. I'm a teddy bear. Well,
You
you're the
just
first
dis-
one I've met.
You just discovered them.
I am not a gold.
Although from what Sam and her people tell me, I don't think I like them much.
Are you a good man?
You're
Be
kidding.
honest.
Right? Forgive me for being blunt. But you're dying, right? And you'll die with her unless you and I, what did you call it? Blend, right? So my point is, good man, bad man, what difference does it make? We don't have a choice. So can we just get it over with?
I have decided I like you. I cannot blend with you, cure your disease, and leave. To do so would probably kill us both.
Yeah, no refunds on that one, fam.
Blending may not work at all. I am very weak.
We might die anyway.
So then we have nothing to lose.
Dad, you don't have to say anything.
You gotta know one thing. Proud I am of you. I'm not good at saying those things enough. That's all I want to say.
He's dead.
It might be a good thing, right?
Could be.
Ah, but now we're saying that it might not work.
But he had a choice?
I must thank you. You may have saved the Tok'ra a great many losses.
You're welcome. Well, the one thing you need most, we can provide. Hosts.
We're gonna give a
Well, think about it.
ongoing
I mean, if it works with
amount of
Sam's father,
people on,
there must be other
hospital
people in
beds.
similar situations.
That's why I said
It's
the
worth
numbers.
exploring.
So this is a pilot program. So you would have to find very specific people who you can trust, who are in higher ranks.
We do not enter our host.
We're
with
also
the back of the
dying.
neck. This just leaves a scar that many of us find very unsettling.
Now what?
Kiss me.
You're kidding, right?
No.
That's one way to go about it, yeah.
She may not have the strength to heal him.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Our scopes have spotted the Gwalt ships dropping from
Here we
hyperspace.
go. Oh,
They will start
boy.
attacking from the air and through the gate within hours.
Can we move him?
If we do so, it will kill them.
Oh my god.
Excuse me.
Oh, she's the snake? There's multiple? You got.
Cordesh had one of these. Cordesh said he wasn't who he appeared to be.
Goa'uld can jump host to hide, much as Jean of Melchior.
The plague that is the Tok'ra will soon be wiped out.
I am sickened to think I once called you my friend, Cordesh.
Oh my
I want you
gosh.
to know, I believe I shall be proud to call you friend.
Jack has proved himself. Seems like he's warming up to the ghouls. Or the Tok'ra.
All tunnels but this one and the escape tunnel have vanished. All the other Tok'ra have gone to the new home world. We must go now.
If I can get him out, I will. If not, I will allow the vanishing tunnels to consume us before the Goa'uld get here.
Now.
Why don't we just block it off? Yeah, and one of you stay.
She's right, Captain. We have to go.
With respect, no, sir. I am not leaving him here.
Tough call.
Right. Daniel? Yep. Let's go.
Oh, the gliders are in. I don't think it's gonna do anything, Teal. They got big guns. No! It's like, there's no way they destroy the gate.
Tooth,
I am here.
shall we not make our escape?
Yes, we should.
Is my dad in there somewhere?
I'm here, Sam.
Okay, bet.
No more arthritis. Holy Hannah! No more arthritis.
Alright, Martoof of Dad, let's get out of here. Just don't get shot. Alright, you gotta do the dash, guys. Let's go. Zigzags, don't get hit.
We open the gate or today?
We have no choice.
Let's go. Bet. Okay, we're good.
I must give you thanks. You have saved my life and that of my new host.
So when the little fella inside me's talking, do I sound like she does?
That is correct.
It's strange. I can feel myself talking, but it's not me saying the words. I already know everything there is to know about the Tok'ra.
Put me on the Get me off the bench, coach. Put me on.
I would be proud to serve as liaison between the Earth and these people.
The Goa'uld may already be at the site the Tok'ra have moved to.
You can't stay a little longer?
We must go quickly and stop the tunnels there before they are grown.
Do you not have a dialing device here?
Yeah, we slapped a little one together.
DIY, you know.
Impressive.
I guess you're
Will you show it to me?
Yeah, this is a pretty big episode.
I give you my word. I will watch over your father as if you were my own.
I was trying to find you a better assignment and you didn't need it. Now you found me the best assignment an old soldier could dream of. Apparently, I'm the oldest and wisest among us.
There will come a time when the Tok'ra and the people
Even
of
their
Victoria
buddy.
will destroy the Goa'uld system lords.
I love you too, Dad.
Don't call us.
We'll call you.
We'll call you.
Well, let's just hope that the ghouls didn't body the first planet that they got to. And that was my reaction video to Stargate SG-1. This one was season 2, episode 11 and episode 12. Y'all, we did the double bubble here. And this was a, you know, that I'm thinking about a little bit more, a pretty, a rather big episode in the series. There was a lot of things connecting back to earlier on in this season, something even back from season 1. And they laid down the groundwork for what should be the rest of the season, rest of the season 2, and maybe even later on, because just for how crucial some of the things that were established in this episode. Overall, I actually really did like this one, and I'm excited to see how this is going to tie back into the future, just for all the, I guess, new additions and, you know, bonds and relationships and, you know, character development that we had here, both for our characters and within the universe. So right off the jump of this episode, we had a sort of like vision of the Tok'ra through Jolinar, and I thought the way that they shot that was really interesting. A sort of POV in distress what was to happen, and that sort of alludes to you know, the crystal base underground that they have, that we have later on in the episode. So engaging way to start the episode, tying back in obviously to Sam's abilities that she's been having recently with Jolinar. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. Then we get to hear all about it and learn all this intricate information about not just Jolinar, but this thing called the blending, super weird name, and the rest of the things that unfold over the 2 episodes. So I thought the way they introduced that was great. For part 1, they did a really good job at just establishing the Tok'ra, pacing out the episode. Can the SG team trust them? Are they prisoners? And this has sort of been an ongoing thread anytime they go to alien planets, so you can understand why the team might be a little apprehensive, and then having them sort of split up as the episode goes along, and then you know, Jack being very apprehensive, reasonably so, but he also has a very clear bias, and he's blatantly doesn't like the Goa'uld, and he makes it very clear. And then also the soundtrack here was really dope, that just sort of played into that idea and theme throughout the episode. So I think they came correct in approaching this episode, in my opinion, from the tension, the conflict. Funny enough, you know, it's Jack's, I guess, even though Jack did get called out for when they're going back and forth during the deliberations, like, why can we trust you if you can't you know, be host with us? And then Jack, and I think one of them said that, you know, Jack, you guys clearly don't like us. So I thought that was an interesting, I really like how they pitted each of their positions against each other when they were trying to negotiate, because they do, and at the end of the day, they do have the same goals, which is to destroy the system. I thought the very first sort of negotiations and interactions with them were really well done, and highlighted both of their positions, and I could see both sides of their argument, because one, they don't want to give them hosts, but they didn't understand what it meant to be blended and be a host, and it wasn't until Sam and her father were introduced that they were able to find an understanding. So I think the way that they sort of split this into part 1 and part 2 worked really well. These 2-parters, something that I was really impressed by here was Amanda Tapping's performance. I thought she carried both part 1 and part 2, with season 2 having a bigger focus on Sam after she became intertwined with Jolinar. At the time, I didn't really think about how important that was going to be to the series, but you know, obviously as episodes went on and after another, she started having these abilities. That really makes me appreciate episode 2 that much more now, even though I said at the time, like, you know, I think the premise of the overall story there was a little bit redundant. Now the impact of Jolinar and stuff definitely makes more sense when it comes to this episode, and I can appreciate this one as well. Sam was great here. I thought the performances were really emotional. The delivery was on point, specifically the scenes between her and Martouf. You know, off the jump, I sort of called it, I'm like, oh, they're probably partners or siblings or whatever it may be, like they had a special sort of bond, and that was the case. And we learned also a bit of interesting information. They don't have any gender. I thought the explanation from Martouf, and the actual chemistry between the two actors were fantastic, and I can feel the bond right away. So that's a hat off to that. As well with Jacob Carter and Sam Carter. I guess my perspective on their relationship definitely changed as this episode went along. They opened up with each other, and her father is how he is. They sort of established it off the jump, and he opened up to her the best he can once he figured out that I might die here, so I'm gonna just keep it short. I thought they did a great job at delivering those scenes. Speaking of Carter, two things in my opinion. One, the pain and I guess the experience that the pain and the suffering that she's been going through for this entire season, well, since season 2, episode 2, on and off camera, right? So now anytime I'm sort of thinking back to some of those sequences of Sam, specifically in season 2 onward, she had a lot more going on there that we weren't really, we didn't know at first. So I thought they did a great job at conveying all of those feelings. Even so far as to compare her, not just because I think they did a good job actually in, what was it, a few episodes ago with The Journalist. That episode, they sort of peeked into that a little bit, throwing in her dad on top of that. He has cancer, etc., etc. So amplified with Jolinar and all the memories and the feelings makes so much more sense now, and I can feel for even more as a character. And then she even said, it feels like schizophrenia, or the description was more like you have like multiple personalities, obviously with the different people. And so they did a good job at portraying Sam's struggle this episode. Another standout to me, other than Captain Carter here, was Hammond. I actually really appreciated him this episode, and I thought he was a standout, wanting to, not compromise his job, the SG team, but also wanting to help out his friend and caring about Sam and doing the right thing. And I love seeing his back and forth throughout this episode, and the way that and then that twist at the end where he sends in the SG3 team, not a twist per se, but that it was in the height of this negotiation and potentially compromise things with SG3 coming in. God, that was a great moment here as well. So those are just some of my scattered thoughts on this episode off the jump. Also, I thought there was a really interesting bit of tie-ins throughout this episode and consistency here. Things like the sarcophagus being called back, and Martouf even confirming that and I love the explanation of the Tok'ra as to why they can't really just overthrow the system lords. I thought it was very reasonable, and it made complete sense. They don't have the numbers, and it tied into the whole idea of the host. The clear answer is we can give them hosts, but we're not going to do that. And then they obviously came to this understanding. So I loved all of that, and how Daniel sort of confirmed he's just like, the sarcophagus, don't fuck with him. I thought him chiming in there was dope, and the explanation of what the word Tok'ra means, like the literal translation, to be like opposed to or throwing against Ra, whatever it may be, Tok'ra, and the Ra being like the most main system lord too. So there was a lot of like even going thinking about it a little more, there was a lot of more intricate and smaller details in this episode. If I missed anything, let me know. So overall, I thought this was a great character-centric episode, obviously with Sam, her father, and that relationship, and that being mended and blended, whatever. But also we had a lot of world-building elements here as well, with the Tok'ra and Earth now having this alliance. From an episode standpoint, I thought the tension was there, I thought the directing was fairly good, and the execution here. Especially for an episode where we have a lot of, characters that are being introduced. I thought they did a pretty good job at handling all of those, plus throwing in that emotional oomph. How things will play out here, because we obviously had some interesting pieces laid out here, like Martouf and Sam definitely alluding and planting some seeds there for something. Sam's dad's gonna be now this liaison between Earth and the Tok'ra, now that he's been blended, so that's a really big piece of information as well. And now Jack is even a little bit more warmed up to the idea of if there's a good Gould, which is, the Tok'ra, and then after even what was it called, the name escapes me for like there were so many names, I kind of forgot it for a second here, but the most hunted Tok'ra, the leader, him and her, got buddy towards the end of this episode. So that's a sign that he's starting to, change his opinion on that after being very, rigid on that towards the end and skeptical in the beginning and skeptical. That was Stargate SG-1 Season 2, Episode 11 and Season 2, Episode 12. Y'all, what'd you think about this one? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. What was your favorite moments in this episode? There's some things that you noticed maybe on a second watch. I'd love to hear your spoiler-free thoughts on that. Obviously, that's pretty much it. Yeah, Teal'c sort of came in when he could, and Daniel was sort of just there to help out as well. With Teal'c specifically, there was a small moment, and I don't know if it was meant to be emphasized that heavy or not, but I appreciated it, was when he went up to the leader and said, I respect you for what you do, and she also reciprocated that, as a Jaffa who left, it was very honorable. So I think that's a very impactful moment for his character. It didn't seem like it was something that's gonna sort of be an integral part to the story, but it was something subtle that, knowing the journey that he's gone through so far in the past 2 seasons, from a Jaffa who realized that they're false gods and now is becoming more amalgamated as in humans in the SG team in Earth. I thought that was a really cool moment for his character. And now moving forward again, the Tok'ra and Earth have an alliance. So and they said it towards the end of this episode. Sorry, there's a lot of things. So if I'm talking a little bit more, there was a lot of things that happened in this episode that I'm thinking about. Now that they have this alliance, they even said at the end of this episode that there might be the Goulds attacking after they sent the motherships to the new planet, so they have to find another place. So we had a really big W for SG, for the SG team in the Tok'ra. So what are the System Lords gonna do to combat that? You know, it's a TV show. At the end of the day, our heroes can't get too many dubs like that in a row. So I'm sure that the System Lords are probably planning some bullshit and they're gonna attack. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna go. And Daniel also alluded to them supplying the numbers. So if I'm the System Lords and if I got tipped off, which we did, I'm sure that they might have they might realize that the Tok'ra is getting stronger now that they have alliance with these people who are also attacking them. They might be giving hosts. So I'd be a little shook. Anyway, guys, that was my my reaction or review for this 2-parter for SG. As always, if you enjoyed this one, then definitely be sure to smack that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, links in the description down below if you guys are interested in getting the full unedited raw reactions and more with me along this journey. And of course, the Discord link is there if you guys are interested in having the convos. But with that being said, guys, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.